All right, and today I'm going to have a session with my two students, that is Tamidu and Navidu, and they respectively represent grade 9 and grade 7. And I just would like to talk to Tamidu first. Tamidu, how are you doing today?
So I'm doing all right. What about you?
I'm too fine, thank you. And how about Navidu? Are you all right?
I'm also doing fine, sir.
All right, great. And Tamidu and Navidu, I would try to deal with you today with one of the spoken sessions. So for that, I have chosen one of the IELTS sessions, of course, and that is bit standard. Now that you two guys are, stronger with your language and all, and I thought let me go for that. Okay, and let's
Yes,
check
sir.
it out and see how well you can do that. Fine. Okay, wait for a moment. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. Okay, great. Fine. And questions for practicing your grammar. All right. I would just like to talk to you about comparing and contrasting. As you all can see, and you know what is comparing and what is contrasting. So for comparing and contrasting, we use for comparing comparatives, and then we use superlative adjectives, right? And you have a simple structure here, as you all can see. Do you prefer to eat out or eat at home? Do you prefer to eat out or
Oh,
eat at
at
home?
home.
Do you understand prefer? Do you understand the term prefer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes.
prefer means like. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Now y'all can see like how the answer is given. I prefer to eat in because it's much more convenient. It's much more convenient. It's also not as expensive as eating out. All right. It's also,
Yes.
yeah, it's also not as expensive as, where you see as expensive as, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, මිල වෙන්නේ නැහැ. නේද?
Very expensive,
Yeah,
man.
very expensive නැහැ. And then much more convenient. Convenient
Yes.
කියලා කියන්නේ පහසුයි කියන එක. It's much more convenient. So eating in means eating at home is more convenient. ගොඩක් පහසුයි rather than eating out, because eating out is more expensive. In other words, we can say it's more expensive. Are you clear with it?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I have chosen some of the questions for you. And do you work better in the morning or in the evening? Fine. Now that, as you know, this question goes with the question word do. You can see like most of the questions start with the question word do. Right. Now,
Yes.
Navindu, do represents which tense? Is it present simple or present continuous? The question word do.
Present simple.
Present simple, exactly. Present simple, fine. So when you answer this one, you have to also answer using present simple structure. You have to answer this question using the present simple structure. You can't use ing forms. You can't use any present participle verbs. Are you clear with it? Yes.
Yes.
Do you work better in the mornings or in the evening? Yes. When you say like yes or no, you can say, and then you simply start with subject, verb, object. That's all. All right. Okay.
Yes,
So the
sir.
first question goes to Tamidu. Do you work better in the mornings or in the evening, Tamidu?
I work better in the mornings.
Yeah. All right. I work better in the mornings. Fine. That's right. You can even add something into that. Well, I work better in the morning. All right. You can even add something like sort of a word like well, which means to say that you want to take a few seconds for your answer, right? If you want to take
Yes,
few
yes.
seconds for your answer, of course, yes, you can use well. Well, I work better in the mornings, right? Very good. Now, my second question goes to Navidu. Do you prefer to study in the mornings or in the evening?
I prefer to study in the evening.
That's right. Is there any particular reason for that? Is there any particular
I
reason
just
for
feel
that?
like it.
Sorry?
No, I feel like it.
All right. So you are comfortable. You're
Yeah.
convenient with that. Fine. Okay, that's good. That's your choice. All right. Next question goes to Tamidu. Do you prefer studying or working? How old are you now, Tamidu?
So I am 14 years old.
I'm just 14. Fine. So you are just 14. Hopefully, I don't think that you are fit to work. All right. So, all right. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer studying or working?
Well, I kind of prefer working. I prefer working.
All right. Okay, great. I prefer working. I know for sure that you want to say that I prefer. You prefer working, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Yeah. You prefer working and to be a helping hand to your parents and to
Not
make some,
really.
yeah, to make some rupees for your, yeah. I think that you realize like the situation now because of COVID, like your parents might be struggling with lots of issues. Yeah, that's really great. It's really good. Your thinking is good. I don't think that you want to skip your studies.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Okay, fine. And then, which place do you prefer? The city where you are working or studying now, or your hometown? Now, take it with regard to your studies. Which place do you prefer? Which place do you prefer?
I prefer working or studying in the hometown because I know the people, because it's my hometown and I can ask the things that I don't know.
Yes. Oh,
So,
that's fine. That's nice. Yeah. So you prefer studying in your hometown or working in your hometown? I don't think that you are fit to work now because you are not that old. Huh? All right.
yeah.
Anyway, fine. Okay. And how does your current place of living compare to your hometown? Now imagine like yeah. Now yes. How does your
So if
current place of living? Of course, you are living in you are living in a city area, right?
yes, sir.
All right. So that question doesn't relate to you anyway. Just leave it out. All right. Now, Tamidu, it's going to be a nice question for you. Do you prefer to spend your free time alone or with other people?
Uh, I would prefer to spend my free time with my friends and family.
All right. That's really good. So you like to be with your family and with your friends as well. Fine. And the
Yes.
next question goes to Navindu. Do you prefer to eat out or eat at home?
I prefer to eat at home because there's no currency for eating at home.
All right, man. Okay, that's really good answer. All right. Do you prefer to eat alone or with other people? How do you prefer to eat? You prefer to sit alone and have your meal thinking and dreaming, or like how? How do you usually do that?
I usually sit with other people and talk. I
How
know
you,
it's a bad habit to talk when you are eating.
that's right, Sambu. And I'm really proud of you because at this age, how old are you now, by the way?
12.
12 years, right? So at 12 years, of age, you do realize that talking while eating is not good. It's not a good practice. But you just do it just for your fun and to have some fun time with your family members. That's, in a way, it's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's also risk. Don't you know that? There's also risk. Anyway, I hope that you will stop that bad practice so soon.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Great. And my next question goes to Tamidu. Do you prefer casual clothes or formal clothes?
Uh, I prefer uh, I prefer both of them, but for this question I will say casual clothes.
Casual.
I prefer
All right.
casual.
Casual. All right. Casual, you mean to say like you prefer like denim or some t-shirt or what? Yeah, like how? With your desk pair or something?
Formal means like wearing a tie.
Yeah. Yeah, formal way, like
Yeah.
if you go for a wedding ceremony or something like that, for a function, so you use your
Or
formal
a tie.
way dressing.
Yeah,
Formal way.
I prefer casual,
You
and
prefer
because
casual and you feel very relaxed with the casual dress. Am I right?
yes,
Yeah, that's right.
yes.
Okay. It's the same case here with me as well. Fine. And the next question goes to Navindu. Navindu, do you prefer to read or read a newspaper or watch television?
I prefer to watch TV, but it's not always the same because it depends on the topic of the newspaper.
All right. So like you choose a newspaper based on what is there to be read, right? Based on the importance of the paper. And then
Yeah.
don't you watch the television usually? Don't you have any selected programs on the
No,
TV?
sir, there's no program that are interesting.
All right. All right. Okay.
I like cartoons, but cartoons are repeating. The
Ah,
same
okay.
episode
The
is
same
going
cartoons are
twice.
being repeated, so you don't want to watch them again and again. The same cartoons, don't give any interest for you, right?
No, sir.
Okay. And Tamidu,
There's no problem if it's the second time, like it's gone on like 10th time.
oh my gosh. So you know the number of times they have been repeated as
No,
Yes,
Yeah.
I think.
So you are that
Not
much
exactly.
familiar. You are that much familiar. That's really nice to hear that. Okay. Okay, because you're in the habit of watching cartoons, am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, what cartoons you are interested in, Navidu?
I am interested in cartoons like Garfield
Okay.
and funny cartoons.
Okay, fine. Nice. And Tamidu, it's your turn now. Okay. Do you prefer to watch TV or listen to the radio?
I usually prefer to watch TV more than listening to radio.
All right, great. That's nice. Right. So do you like now, Tamidu, it's your turn now. I would skip some of the questions and get to some interesting questions for you. Okay. Do you prefer team sports or individual sports?
I really prefer team sports.
Why is it?
And the main reason for that is like you can hang out with friends, and even you can learn the leadership skills and much more.
Okay.
So most importantly, you can enjoy the time you do it, but most of the times individual sports are not for having fun. Yeah.
Okay.
So I prefer team sports. more than individual sports.
Individual sports. You don't like it because you like to have your friends around and then play some games, right? Yeah. What
Yes.
team sports you are right at present involved with?
So pardon.
Yeah. What team sports you are presently involved in?
I previously I was involved in volleyball, rugby, and much more. But the one I continued with was
Yeah.
football. So I really enjoy my time with uh, with my friends when playing football.
All right. Okay. That's really nice. Like, so you do practice every evening. So, like, do you have any schedule for playing, practicing?
Yes, sir. Also most of the times we play it ourselves, not by a coach. So the time depends on the people playing it.
All right. So the time depends on your interest, and then on yeah. Okay, fine. With your friends as
Yeah.
well. Okay, good. And the next question goes to Navindu. Yes. I don't know whether you may
I
be
don't.
too small to understand this, but I will know something that you know. Fine. Let's anyway. I'll try to raise the question. What are some differences between men and women shopping?
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, I know that
I
because you are just 12, and then I hope that Tamidu might know something. Yeah. Have you heard anything about? Have you heard like what your father was telling some things like while shopping and all like mom with your mom and all? As had he said anything that
Yes,
shopping?
sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that definitely. It's nice. Something what you overheard. Not asking like now you can't anyway say that with the age and all, but something you overheard. Like so then, do you see any differences between your father and your mother while they are on a shopping mission?
Not that
Who
much,
who,
but
who
yes,
grumbles?
yes.
Who complains mostly? Who complains mostly? Is it your mother or is
My
it your
mother,
father?
my mother, sir.
My mother. All right. So what does he complain usually? That's saying that she
clothes,
wants more time.
Yeah,
All
clothes.
right. She consumes more time for that.
yes,
Yeah. So that's the difference. You're right.
yeah,
You are with the answer, right answer. That's the difference. The difference is
yeah.
the time.
Also, yeah, sir. Also, you can't criticize one over another because
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
that
So
that that's
that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
that's
they
the
are.
nature of that's the nature of women anyway. Though your
Yeah,
mother, that's the nature of like we take them as a whole. From the whole, yes, women. Mothers, yes, fine. We have that respect, but on the whole, women. That's the difference. Fine. Yeah, you did that very well. That part is all right, very good according to your age and all that. You all did it well. And then let me go ahead with some other questions. And my surprise is that how well you do this answering with IELTS speaking. And IELTS, of course, a test based on adults, especially like those who are after O level and advanced level, those who expect to go for higher studies and all, like flying to UK or Canada or like some other European countries. So they need to have these IELTS exams. So, but I'm very proud of you, two of you, because right now I'm able to continue this kind of sessions with you because you are in a position to answer me. So your standard is okay. And I'm proud as your teacher anyway. Fine. So let's move on to the next step. I'll speak in masterclass and you have some other few questions also. Let's try how well you can do that. Question number 1 goes to Tamil again. Do you prefer to watch films alone or with other people?
I uh I kind of prefer both of them.
But mostly,
But I would say I would prefer watching films alone than watching with my friends or my family.
all right. Okay. So you enjoy watching a movie alone.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's your taste, man. That's your taste. That's what. Yeah. That's good because you don't get any other any other disturbances like talking while watching and this and that. You don't have such. Fine. Good. And my next question goes to Navidu. Do you prefer to watch films in a cinema or at home?
Like I prefer to watch it at home because like when you watch films at the cinema, like there are people like screaming or
Yeah, hooting,
yeah,
screaming, and you get lots of background noises, right?
tearing
And
like
and
some
you
scene.
you are being constantly disturbed by them. You
Yeah,
are disturbed
we
by them.
can't hear what
You
the
know.
characters say.
That's right. That's right. So we can correct people there, yeah. And that's their entertainment. Sometimes you can
Yeah,
entertain by hooting. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, fine. Okay. So you don't want to
that's
disturb them.
their way.
Yeah, you don't want to disturb them. That's what you mean, right? Good, nice, good boy. Fine. All right, okay. And then now back to Tamidu. What are the differences in the taste of music of young people and the older people? This is an interesting question, Tamidu. If you are, a kind of a person who really understands, who really has the taste of music, and the differences that you find back at home, even the taste between your dad and your based on the music. So like you'd be able to give a nice answer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly I'm not a kind of a music fan, but I can say the difference between young people and the older people.
That's nice. Yeah.
Mostly the difference is that the different is the time ranges. The older people prefer the the songs in their times more than the songs in the present, and the young people uh, prefer young people prefer the present music.
Yes.
So I think the difference is mostly the time range.
All right. And
So
also, what do you think about the type of music? Like now, for example, like you just see, like now for me, I don't really like to have this jazz music, pop music. I prefer classical music as Australian.
yeah,
I prefer classical music. I don't like the type of music like now the modern, the modern trend is going on with the young guys and all. I don't really see them like, I don't find any taste in that music. You understand what I mean?
yes sir.
All right. Okay. Do you prefer that type of music?
No sir.
Oh, fine. Good. Good. All right. So that's a really a positive answer, Tamidu. It's a positive answer. Fine. And then yes. Now, Namidu, I'm back to you. Which is more important for you, domestic news or international news? Domestic.
Uh, I For me, it's good to know domestic news, but I like to know international news more than domestic news.
All right, very good answer. Very good answer.
But it's good to know domestic news
All
because
right, okay. So anyway, like at last you come to this thing, right? At last you came up with your idea, like fine, I prefer anyway domestic news, fine. So at least to be in touch with what's happening in our country, right? And then like knowing about what's happening internationally is also really good. Yes. What is your point of view, Tamidu?
uh,
The same. If the
uh,
same question,
for
if the
me
same question is asked to you, yeah, what is your answer for that?
I prefer domestic news
Okay.
because it can be really helpful because you are living in that country. But also, more than domestic news, for entertainment, I prefer international news.
Okay, good, good. Right. Okay. Anyway, nowadays, whatever the international news should be related to COVID-19. So those are not good news. So better switch off with international news and then listen to
Yeah,
domestic.
also.
Yeah. Even in Sri Lanka, only the tested the positive number of COVID people, and those are the figures that we can hear through. Right. Anyway, fine. And then yes. Though you don't use the public transport, I would prefer to raise this question to Navindu. Do you prefer to travel by car or use public transport? Navindu.
I would like to transport by a car.
You like to have a transport by car.
Yeah.
Have you ever used the public transport?
I think I have went on a bus with my mother.
You have gone by a bus, yeah. Okay.
I think
That was
2
long
times.
time back. Long time back.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you don't want any more?
I mean, it's fun, but it's fun going on a public, but you can't, like, there are time limits, like this bus comes here and goes at this time.
But there are times you
When-
find the buses are crowded, overcrowded, and especially with this
Yeah.
COVID, due to COVID, you can't use public transport, and then for that you have to keep the distance and all that. So it's much better rather than taking a risk, use your own your own transport, other than getting into the public transport. Fine, really good. And then yes. How would you compare learning English to learning other languages? Tamidu. How would you compare learning English to learning other languages? So what do you prefer mostly? You like to learn English rather than learning other languages? So like, do you have any idea to learn other languages are also equally, which is equally important? Yeah. What is your point of view?
For in my way, I prefer learning English more than Sinhala, but also I might prefer another language, maybe like Japanese or Chinese or something like that over English. Also, I am saying the reason it because when you do the same thing for most of the time, it kind of becomes not interesting as it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it depends.
All right.
But also for this question, I would say learning English is more helpful to you than learning any other language, because English is global. So there's a thing like that too. So I would say that's the different. English is a global language, and other languages are also fine and good. So also another the main advantage of English is you can using that you can talk to anyone. So I would say learning English has more
All right,
advantages than learning other language.
yeah, I really appreciate your answer. It's a perfect answer, perfect answer. Very good. And you added lots of information into your answer. Good. And then this question again goes to Navindu. What is more important, eating healthily or doing exercise? Navindu, what do you think? Eating healthily or doing exercise? What is more important?
Both of them are important.
Both of them are equally important to you. Fine.
Yeah.
Now, did you understand the question? Eating healthily. Yes. And then doing exercise. But like, you might even sometimes have a question like, if I eat healthily, for example, like if you cut down the excessive fatty food,
Yeah,
and then
you have to get
yeah,
the,
but still you have to do exercises, right?
yeah, and
Yeah. Yes.
eating healthily, yeah, you have to get every single, not every single, every useful vitamin, proteins, and
Vitamins,
things.
proteins, yeah.
Yeah, and I I think like not like a normal meal and a exercise. I prefer that.
Okay, fine, great. What is your point of view, Tamidu, with the same question? What is
Uh,
important, eating healthily or doing exercise?
uh, for me, both of them are important. But if you really want me to choose what is more important, then I would say eating healthy is more important than doing exercises. The reason I say that is if you eat healthy, most of the times you won't need to do exercises. But if you do not eat healthy and you still do exercises, then it's still a bad thing. So I would say I would prefer eating healthy over doing exercises,
Very nice.
even though I love exercises.
Excellent. All right. Okay, and then uh, again, one more question for you. How do you prefer to contact people, by email or by phone?
Uh, for this answer too, it depends for business type or something which
Yeah,
is
I
important.
mean, like now, for example, like if you have got a friend overseas, all right, and then of course, like I know that you are not trying to contact him through, I mean, over the phone, and you probably may try through an email. So, which is the better option for you?
But
For a friend, so I would prefer a phone call than an email.
All right. Okay.
yeah, like if you have something, like if you have to contact a friend for a thing right now, then you have to call him because like you don't know the time he's gonna see your email.
Yes.
So if it's a emergency, like something, I would prefer to use the phone.
Excellent. Exactly. Now he understands I mean, like the message. If it's like if you're going to convey an urgent message or sort of an emergency, it's much better, to contact the right person over the phone, other than sending a mail, and then you never know like whether the person gets the message, and so that's
Like
how. Yeah.
the
Yes,
time
sir.
he checks the message.
That's right. Yeah, sometimes we don't really have time to check emails and all. So that problem is
Yeah.
there. Fine, excellent. And your thinking is really great. Fine. And I'm going to end up the session now. And prior to ending up the session, I would also would like to have a few comments from both Tamindu and Navindu based on the activities that we did today. And so the first ball goes to Tamidu. Would you like to say something about what we discussed today and how it helps you to improve your English, as you will have been doing,
Uh,
practicing this kind of activities? Yes.
so uh, so I really enjoy these types of lessons because you are not writing and you are talking. And also I think I really enjoy the session, and also I think I learned some new stuff. And so I would say overall the lesson was all right for me.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I also would like to hear from Navidu, a young man, just 12 years of age, and he's in grade 7, but he's perfectly all right with his language, and he has a good command of English. And He has been an obedient student of mine. So I'm proud to hear from you, Navindu. Go ahead, please.
Today's session, like mostly we gave our opinion, and
Yes.
it was a good lesson. Like
Yes.
I learned some things too,
Yes.
and it was a good lesson for
All right. And then, like now, when we practice with this present simple, with present simple tense, did you find any difficulties in answering the questions when I asked you using do questions in the present simple form? Did you find any difficulty in answering them? Building up a present simple sentence structure. Did you find anything difficult? Anything hard?
no, sir.
All right, great. So which means that you are fully aware of present simple. And then let me ask you also, Tamilu, did you find any difficulties in these sentence structures like what we practiced today?
No, sir.
You didn't have any such. All right. And then like, fine. And I think like we were able to have a very good session today. And even though these based on IELTS speaking sessions, but your standard is perfect. And I hope that we'll be in touch with one more sessions of the next week. And yeah, anything else to be comment from Tamidu? Have you got anything to comment on this one?
No, sir.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Then, and that's going to be the end of our session. Thank you very much. Hope that you enjoyed the session, and we'll meet again on the next week. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah,
you,
you
sir.
take care. You take care. God bless you guys.
Yeah,
Take
sir.
care.
God bless you. God bless. All right. Okay.
Shall we leave?